gorgeous singles. How are you guys? I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for being here, people. And this is, of course, your collective singles reading for the month of April 2025. Now, first of all, there's definitely something here about an umbrella. Definitely. I saw someone walking with their head against the wind and their brolly was being blown the other way. They went into a coffee shop, put their brolly in an umbrella stand, went and sat down with their coffee, but when they left, they couldn't find their umbrella. Somebody'd walked off with it. Just at the time that this person was going to go to the manager to say, this isn't good, you know, it's pouring with rain, somebody's nicked my brolly, a guy came in all flustered with 2 umbrellas. And that's where the vision ended. So guys, there could be a situation with an umbrella. I know it sounds really crazy, but that's what I saw in the vision. 2 people may meet because of a mix-up with a brolly, okay? No, I know, guys, you're going to think I'm mad. I just have to go with what comes through, okay? There's also something here about a taxi. Somebody may be waiting in the rain for a taxi. Somebody may offer someone else a ride. Oh, if we're going in the same direction, yeah, sure, okay, hop in, it's pouring with rain. Okay, so we have a brolly and a taxi situation. Okay, people. All right, here we go. The deck that I'm using is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. If you guys want to book a reading, my website's down below. I'm also going to be putting out something very exciting and very new in the next month or so. So watch out for that. It's going to give you a sneak peek into my life. You may be a bit surprised. But yeah, so keep an eye on my channel, all right? So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely singles? This is their reading for April 2025. Yeah, I'm hearing April showers. Okay. Okay. All right, people, the Knight of Wands. So we have a fire sign who may be rushing around, maybe dipping in and out of shops, pouring with rain, rushing out of the office, trying to get a taxi. Yeah, we've got someone rushing here. Okay. And we may have 2 people meeting in a coffee shop. 6 of Pentacles. I'm hearing again, what's happened to my brolly? I'm sure I put it there. What's happened to my brolly? Okay. I keep seeing a guy opening up the door of this coffee shop, coming out of the rain, looking really embarrassed, holding 2 brollies. They're obviously identical. I'm seeing 2 black umbrellas, okay? 2 black umbrellas. The ones that concertina down. Yeah, okay. In the past, the Emperor. So there's somebody sat in Emperor energy, could be managing director, head of a company, somebody doing very well in their career. I'm hearing, I don't have any time, I've got to leave now. All right, so this guy is super busy, might be a bit of a workaholic, but highly successful. Either we're looking at someone who works in the middle of a town centre or small city. Yeah, this is someone who is doing extremely well. All right, I'm getting a lot of more information, but okay. After that time, Queen of Pentacles, and we have a woman here who is also concentrating on her career. So we could have 2 people who are living busy lives in a town or a city. Both of them highly successful, both of them without very much time. In this person's thoughts, Ace of Pentacles, one of these 2 is considering moving. I'm hearing the woman is potentially considering leaving the area. Ace of Pentacles, but she's unsure. She may have a very small deposit. She may be thinking, oh, I don't know, do I want to get out of renting? Do I want to buy? I can't buy in the city, it's going to be too expensive. Maybe I should move. So I think the woman is considering relocation. She may have had it in the back of her mind for a long time, but she might have thought, oh, okay, I've got to wrap up my business and move my business. She could be an entrepreneur. Or it could well be that if she has a 9-to-5 job, she's thinking, well, the job's stable. It's at a catch-22. I need my job to potentially get a mortgage, but I can't afford to actually buy in the area that I'm in. She may not have wanted to face commuting. So she's been sitting on the fence about moving. In the immediate future, guys, we have the World. The divine is saying that a cycle is wrapping up for both of these two. This meeting is going to set them on a different course altogether. Beautiful. In this person's spheres, whoever we're dealing with, we have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. Whoever this person is potentially feeling a bit stuck. This is someone, though, who is trying to see the bigger picture. This is someone who is trying to look ahead to ascertain what they want for the future. Now, this could be the energy of the Emperor. This could be the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Whoever this person is doing a lot of reflecting. In the environment, which represents the other person's energy, we have the Page of Wands. I'm hearing Macintosh. I don't know why. This cloak sort of reminds me of a waterproof coat, waterproof Mac, which I think is called a Macintosh. It goes back to Scottish days. They almost look as if they're wearing a sort of tweed jacket as well. But this person has spied... I'm hearing this woman. Okay. So, guys, what I'm intuitively getting here is these two were running around. She might have been running her own business. She may have had a 9-to-5 office job. This guy obviously heads up a team of people. Both of these two live very busy lives, dipping in and out of taxis, dipping in and out of the rain, right? Super busy. They're going to meet during the week. Both of them are sort of flying around. I think these two are going to find themselves in the same coffee shop. I think this Emperor is going to spy this woman, basically thinking to himself, gosh, she's very attractive. Wow, haven't seen her in here before. She may have noticed him, but thought that he might be married. This could be an older man. Looking very important, looking very suited and booted. I think these two are going to have coffee or tea, whatever, in the coffee shop, sitting in different areas, but quietly glancing at each other surreptitiously. I'm seeing this guy looking at his phone on the table, and unexpectedly he's jolted out of his reverie because his phone rings. He's picking up his phone, he's heading to the door quickly and grabbing a brolly. She's just watching him leave. Wow, that's a shame. Okay, he's going. Yeah, all right. Well, he's probably married anyway. I think by the time this woman finishes her coffee and goes to the door to pick up her umbrella, she's realising it's gone. I think this is when these two officially meet, because I'm seeing this guy dashing back into the coffee shop with two black umbrellas. They're both unfolded, right? You know how on black umbrellas that are concertina down, the small ones, you have those little poppers that you fasten them to keep the umbrella together. I'm seeing him carry both umbrellas. They're folded down, but the poppers aren't on either. And he's coming in and rushing to the counter and saying, God, I think I left with somebody else's umbrella. This is identical. And the woman is walking after him and tapping him on the shoulder and saying to him with a smile, I think you left with my brolly because I couldn't find mine. And this is where I think the conversation starts. I am seeing a lot of rain outside, heavy rain. They're going out into the rain together. He's so embarrassed. He's saying, I'm so sorry about that. He said, I found it in my coat pocket. I forgot. Mine was in my coat pocket. She's saying, oh, that's okay. So they're both standing rather awkwardly on the curb. She's sort of looking one way for a cab. He's looking another way for a cab. He's sort of shifting on 2 feet a little bit. He keeps glancing at her sideways, thinking, gosh, she's very attractive. She's looking a bit shy. She doesn't quite know what to do. Okay, he's reaching into his jacket pocket. He's about to fish out a business card when a taxi pulls up, and they both stand there. I can hear him thinking to himself, I've got to get this cab. I'm so late for this meeting. I've got to get this cab, but I can't leave this woman in the rain on the curb. I just can't do it. Okay, so this is when he may say to her, well, where are you going? Can I drop you off? I'm seeing these two clamber into a cab. They're both sitting on the far side of a large cab, sort of really far away from each other. This is a really awkward moment. They're laughing. He's shaking rainwater from his brolly, and she's doing the same. They're putting the brollies down on the floor. He's looking at her and smiling and saying, I can't believe we're actually heading in the same direction. And she's saying to him, well, we're both heading back into the city. And then she's thinking to herself, God, that sounded a really awful thing to say, as if I made him look stupid. And he's muttering, saying, yeah, sure, of course, of course we're going back into the city. I think these two are going to small talk in the cab. He keeps surreptitiously looking at his watch. He's really late. She's inching forward onto the seat. She's looking out the window. The wipers are going crazy. And she's saying to the taxi guy, okay, just drop me here. This is fine for me. And she's picking up her brolly from the floor. It's all wet. And he's grinning and saying, yeah, don't forget your brolly. Okay, she's clambering out of the cab. She's feeling it's a real shame that she didn't know more about him. But just before she closes the door, he sticks his hand out of the door and gives her his business card. And she's a bit flustered. She tries to take it and it falls down onto the pavement. It gets wet and she picks it up just as the door is closing and the taxi pulls away. And she's standing there with her brolly in the rain holding this business card. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry, this is all channeled. This is all channeled. So, these two have met. It's to do with a rainy day and a brolly. Okay. I think this is the woman's energy, Queen of Pentacles. She's rushing around. We've got a couple of women here. She may even have been hoping to meet a friend of hers in the coffee shop. Maybe the friend didn't turn up. She's constantly thinking she wants to get out of the city. She's constantly thinking, I really want to move. It's very noisy. It's very busy. I want to move. He's spying her from across the cafe. He's got this waterproof overcoat on. He's not quite sure whether or not she's single. So these two are going to meet. In this woman's energy, what she's hoping for, yes, is to get out of this busy environment. She's maybe dreaming of moving somewhere quieter, creating a beautiful garden. She feels burdened because I feel this is a woman who senses that she's grown out of where she's living. She's no longer enjoying a sort of fast-paced environment. She's looking to get out of it, but she's a bit stuck. Well, I need my well-paid job, which is in the city, but I can't afford to buy here. Do I want to deal with a commute? So she's sort of on the fence. She might have been thinking for a few months about relocation, but it would mean a very big life change. It might mean giving up her job. In the outcome, guys, we have the Page of Cups. This is this woman. She's constantly thinking about this guy she met in the coffee shop. She's thinking about the fact that she was sitting there, he was sitting there. He went off with her brolly by mistake. She's kind of mulling over fate. I wonder whether or not we were sort of meant to meet. She's very conscious that this guy doesn't have her contact details, but she has his business card. So, yes, all right. Michael's showing me a clock. I'm seeing a beautiful sunny day. The sun's come out. The pavements are still wet. I'm hearing Saturday. Oh, it's a Saturday. I'm seeing this woman waking up, lying in bed thinking, oh, thank God I don't have to work. It's a Saturday. Oh, okay, great. She's deciding to head to the same coffee shop. Okay, clarification for this woman. Look at that. What do we have? We have a clear blue sky and this woman thinking about umbrellas. And a woman thinking about umbrellas. Okay. And the magician. What she's thinking about, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini energy is, I wonder if I could manifest getting to know this guy a little better after this situation with our umbrellas. I wonder whether or not I should contact him to say, hope you have a lovely weekend. It's the girl in the coffee shop. Thank you for returning my brolly. But she sort of also wants to say to him that she's going to be in the coffee shop later on that day. She doesn't know whether or not that's a bit forward of her. She's also worried he might be married. Let's have a look at this guy's energy. The moon. Could be a fire sign. Could be an Aries. Could be a Cancerian. Could be anyone, though. I'm also hearing Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. What's the moon? Oh, my God. Okay. 10 of Swords. All right. So what he's been keeping under wraps or trying to manage is that he's been dealing with some very intense emotions because he's been betrayed. So I would imagine he has ended a relationship. So he's single. All right. Underneath the deck, the Hermit, Virgo energy. Now, she could be a Virgo, Queen of Pentacles, or this guy could have isolated himself a bit, just concentrated on his work, because he may have been dealing with a breakup. We've got Justice, Libra energy. He might be going through a divorce. Yes, Judgment. I think he's making a judgment call to divorce. Sag energy. All right. So, guys, if you're ready, should we jump in? I'm going to move the camera a fraction. Dum, 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 dum. There we go. What a fun story. So, I think this is the woman's energy. She's rushing about. This is her maybe hoping to meet a friend in a coffee shop. Maybe the friend didn't arrive. Maybe the friend was too busy. She sat there on her own. She sat there on her own. So what was she mulling over in the coffee shop then? Yes, wanting to move to calmer waters, wanting to uproot and move to live a more peaceful life. Yes, to live a more peaceful life. Dreaming of owning a little property with a garden or a balcony, but feeling as if she didn't have enough money to do that. Yeah, just feeling a bit disgruntled. You know, it's just one of those days. It's pouring with rain. She's really busy. She wants to get out of the city, you know. Okay. Yes, look at that. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. God, I really just want to move. I want to get out of this city, but I need my job to get a mortgage, right? Yeah, catch-22. Four of Swords, not quite sure what to do, but this is somebody who may be connected to the angels. This is somebody who may have silently prayed to the divine, please make something happen. I need a miracle, angels, right? The angels may have been showing her white feathers over the last few days. She might have thought that was a little odd. Well, this is wonderful, but why am I seeing all these white feathers everywhere? Six of Wands. She's quietly thinking to herself, is there going to be victory and success? She's quietly wondering whether or not a wish is going to be fulfilled. Or maybe the angels are trying to tell me that I will be able to get out of this city. I will be able to find peace and calm. I will be able to manage my finances. Maybe the angels are telling me it's all to come. What she may not realize is what the angels are bringing into her life is love in the form of this emperor. So let's have a look at this emperor's energy. What happened to the emperor in the past? The Nine of Swords. He may have found his wife in bed with someone. I don't know why that's coming through. It is. All eyes on her. Oh, okay, darling, you're home early. Didn't expect that. Might have been awkward. Might have been awkward. Okay. He may have realised that his wife or his partner was having an affair with the King of Swords. He may have been very blunt with her, very straight with her. Wow. Okay. Seven of Wands and very defensive. She felt trapped. It's as if I can't pretend I'm not doing what I'm doing because he's walked in, right? Okay. Yeah, this was just toxic. Capricorn energy. This is just toxic. So this is an emperor who realised that his relationship was over. Now, moving to the Queen of Pentacles, I think this is a woman who is really keen to get out of this environment. Too noisy, too busy. I hate my job. I'm hearing I just don't want to be here anymore. Now, this could even be an entrepreneur who is realising she needs peace and quiet. I can't possibly concentrate in this noisy environment. I just can't do it. She's been dreaming of finding, I'm hearing, somewhere really small that she can make home. She may be dreaming of a garden. She may be dreaming of a terrace or a balcony. She wants some green. She's fed up with the city life. But, you know, it's sort of a catch-22. I need my job, or I need to work really, really hard in order to afford to put a roof over my head or afford to try and get a mortgage. She may feel she's not going to have enough to do what she really wants to do. Yeah, she's juggling two pentacles and she's sort of trying to lift herself up emotionally. She might be in a really noisy environment. She might be in a really noisy environment. Judgment. Okay, the angels are trying to say to her, you're reaching crossroads. We have something amazing lined up for you. You don't know what it is. Keep going. You're going to be okay. She may have wondered whether or not it was her imagination. She might have been seeing numerical synchronicities, seeing these white feathers, wondering whether or not it was to do with a home. What she's not realizing is it's to do with this emperor appearing in her life, which is going to change everything. Yes. She's desperately needing change. So guys, in this woman's thoughts now, she's hoping, even if she doesn't have very much money, that she can afford to find, I'm hearing, a little slice of heaven that she can call her own. This, I feel, is a very hands-on woman. Very creative. She could be thinking, okay, well, even if I've got just a tiny balcony, if it's in a village, it's going to be much more peaceful. And I would be able to make that place my home. I'd be able to do a lot with something small. What else is on her mind? Yes, she's trying to keep herself going. She's trying to find inspiration. She keeps dreaming of these flowers. There's a lot of flowers here, and again here, and again here, and again here. This is someone who misses green. This is someone who misses green. Queen of Swords. She may have a friend of hers who's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, who may be keeping an eye on her, worried about her. She may be saying to this woman, you know, come and live in my area. You know, we're going to be able to keep each other happy. We can support each other emotionally. She may have a good friend of hers that she's talking to about a move, a pending move. 9 of Wands, because this friend is realising this woman is just going through such a tough time. She may have been disappointed in relationships. She may feel that to create some kind of happiness and peace and calm in her life is just unaffordable. She's very worried about that. Am I going to have to keep struggling alone for the rest of my life? She's feeling a bit down. And we've all been in that situation, guys. Now, in the immediate future, whilst this woman is in this coffee shop, right, thinking about desperately wanting change, this guy comes in and notices her. We've got a magnifying glass here. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the World and the Page of Wands for the collective? Thank you, Michael. Guys, he's just saying early May. He's just saying early May. No specific date. Early May. I'm hearing the words sunshine and showers. Sunshine and showers. It could be mixed weather when they meet. You know, one day it absolutely sheets with rain. The next day the sun comes out. The pavements are still wet. Everything's glistening. Right? Yeah. Okay. So the month of May. What is this guy wondering about this woman? He's noticing that she's looking quite smart. He's noticing that she's sort of staring into space. What he doesn't realise is she's dreaming of a more peaceful life. He is wondering if she's single. 9 of Pentacles. He may be trying to look at her hands to see whether or not she's got a wedding ring on. What else is he thinking about? The Fool. Doing something a bit impulsive. Trying to find out who she is. Because there's a lot of attraction. Yes. There's this energy between these two. He may be a bit shy. He may be trying to hide the fact that he's sort of peering at her. He doesn't want her to feel as if she's stalking him. What is he thinking about? He's thinking about the fact that he made some mistakes in his marriage or his long-term relationship. I think he's a bit sad deep down. Yeah, I mean, what he's thinking about is, I invested in this relationship. I've worked really hard. I've got to the status of emperor, right? And, you know, my relationship's just gone under. My person cheated on me. Yeah, he's just feeling a bit disgruntled. 8 of Cups. Yes, because he's walked away from his partner. Okay. What is this woman thinking about? 5 of Cups. She doesn't want to be there. She's dreaming of flowers. We've got someone here feeling very emotional. We've got a wet day. Rainy day. We've got a rainy day. Yeah, she's dreaming of jumping on a ship and just getting out of Dodge. I just want to get out of here. I need change in my life. She's just dreaming of a different life. But with a 2 of Swords, she doesn't know how she's going to achieve this on her own. She's sort of in a catch-22 situation. I want to get out of the city, but it may be that she needs a job in the city, or she needs to be in close contact with clients in the city to keep a business running. I'm not sure. What else is she thinking about, this woman? She's deep in thought. Temperance. Could be a Sag. Yeah, what she's thinking about is, I'd love to be able to pull back from work. I'd love to be able to find some peace in my life. I feel we're dealing with someone who just wants to get out of this environment. She may realise that she's changing. She's getting a bit older. She's no longer enjoying bars and nightclubs and that sort of thing. Yeah. I'm actually feeling physically very weighed down right now, as if somebody's got lead weights on my shoulders. She may be feeling extremely tired, fatigued. Yes, interesting. Strength. She could be a Leo. She may fear that if she carries on working at the pace that she's working, it's going to affect her health. She may know that she just can't carry on the way she has been because she's going to start not feeling very well. She's very nervous. Yeah, she knows something's going to have to give here. She's feeling a bit heartbroken. Okay, wow. So maybe she's been heartbroken in love. She also hasn't found the right person, or maybe she was cheated on in the past, or people lied to her or deceived her in the past. She has reached life's crossroads. So we have a woman here who has been through it. She's struggling a little bit on her own, but she's trying to keep positive. She's trying to think about a way of moving herself into a more peaceful life. And we have an emperor here who's walked away from a wife or a partner who cheated. And he's noticed her and is very attracted to her. Okay. So, in this woman's fears, she's fearing she's going to be forever in a situation that she can't get out of. She's dreaming of green, but she feels stuck in the situation she's in, right? She can't afford to give herself the peaceful life she really craves. She doesn't really know what to do. She's feeling weighed down. What she'd really like is to be weighed down by flowers. She'd rather be struggling, trying to plant new shrubs, trying to move bags of soil than she would have to carry on doing the work she's doing at the pace that she's working. She's dreaming of a different life. Let's have a look at the energy around these two. Five of Pentacles, yeah. Now, if you squint, that almost looks like rain, okay? A rainy day, coming out of a coffee shop. She's looking really embarrassed. He's realised he walked away with her umbrella. They're both standing there waiting for a taxi. This is the moment. This is the moment that the angels have orchestrated. Okay. Now, we have this woman waking up Saturday morning, sun's come out. She's thinking to herself about the fact that she saw this guy in the coffee shop. She's remembering how attractive he was. She doesn't know if he's married, but she is thinking about the fact that he gave her this business card. She's wondering whether or not she should just send him a little message. Hey, thank you so much for letting me ride in your cab. Thank you so much for bringing my umbrella back. But she doesn't know whether or not she should mention to him that she's going to be in the coffee shop that afternoon. She may feel it's a bit forward of her. All right. What is she going to do? The Empress. I think she's going to put on something very nice. She's going to gather her confidence together. And she's just going to go in the afternoon and sit in the coffee shop for a couple of hours. She may take a book. She may take a magazine. She's going to just while away the time for a couple of hours in the coffee shop just to see if he turns up. Wheel of Destiny. She may feel it was fate that they met. She's also thinking, well, you know what? If he wasn't remotely interested in me, why did he give me his business card? So this is her sending off a message to this guy. I'm not actually getting that he's responded back. So this is her sitting in the coffee shop thinking, well, I didn't get anything on my phone, so okay, maybe he's married. Maybe he's looked at this message thinking, oh, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have given that attractive woman my business card. I'm not single. She's sort of thinking about this. Yeah, she's thinking about this. High Priestess. Yeah, what she's thinking about is, oh God, he's probably married. Yeah, he's probably didn't want to tell me that he was married. But she's thinking to herself, I didn't see a wedding ring. She's thinking to herself, yeah, she's thinking, I didn't notice a wedding ring. Two of Wands. she's there in this coffee shop. She may be looking out the window thinking it's a funny old world. I wonder if he's going to message me. I wonder if I'll ever see him again. Cards are going crazy, guys. Tower. Oh, okay. What's the Tower? The Emperor. There are actually 2 Emperor cards in this deck. I'd forgotten, actually. Interesting. So maybe the Tower moment is he just turns up in the coffee shop. He's walking to this coffee shop. He hasn't noticed her. He's sitting there at the same table that he sat in before. She's noticing that. She doesn't know whether or not to go over and say anything because she doesn't know whether or not he's there to meet her, or she may feel that she might have embarrassed herself by sending him the message. What is going to happen then? Page of Pentacles. I'm actually seeing a waitress going over to this woman's table with a coffee. And she's looking at the waitress and she's saying, I didn't order another coffee. And the waitress is saying, no, it's from that guy over there. And he's coming over. And she just doesn't know what to say. Okay, so he did get the message, but he didn't respond back. But he made sure that he got himself to the coffee shop. All right, so these 2 are sat at this table. All right. What are they going to end up talking about? I keep seeing this woman looking at him nervously, thinking he's married. Page of Swords. Interesting. He may intuitively feel that that's what she might be thinking. I believe he's going to steer the conversation towards his life and his partnership. I think he's going to drop into conversation quite soon that he's had problems in his relationship and so it's ended. He may even tell her the harsh truth, which is, I found my wife with somebody. He wants her to know quickly that he's not trying to seduce her into some kind of third-party situation. What is she saying to him? She may shyly say to him, I kind of wondered whether or not you were looking for a little bit of fun or whether or not you were actually single. I wondered. All right, so what is this guy thinking about? He's thinking about the 9 of Cups. He's basically thinking, I can't believe I've met this woman. I think he would have realised by now that she's single. I'm in a situation where my relationship's gone under. And how strange that we met in the way we did. What else is he saying to this woman? That he's concentrating on his career with the King of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. What is she saying to him? She's dreaming of a different life. 4 of Wands. She's dreaming of a more peaceful life. She may simply say to him, I want to get out of the city. I want to move to the countryside. What else is she going to say? 3 of Pentacles. I don't know if I can do it. I'm on my own. I don't know if I can do it. What is he going to say? He's realizing he's got the key. Ace of Swords. She's basically given him a way, or the lead up to, finding a way to help her. He may know of someone who might be a property agent. He may even go so far as saying, well, if you're really struggling, if you want help repainting, decorating, you got my number. I think this, guys, is a story that may be to be continued. This is the moment these two meet. It's going to be under strange circumstances. It's going to be wet and rainy. There's going to be an issue with an umbrella. There's definitely a coffee shop here. Both of these two are going to get into the same cab. And I think these two are going to start seeing each other. This is really gorgeous, guys. So it is to be continued. I'm leaving it there. I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care of you. And of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.